Hey, how's it going? I'm trying a different format of live right now, but I'm gonna go over should you be worried about this crisis, this economic crisis, and this health crisis, and some precautions and some crisis management that you can partake in, that you can apply into either your personal life, your personal health, and also your mental health. Your mental health is absolutely key, and your professional endeavors and your business. Should you be worried? You're watching the replay. Type in the comments where you're coming from. Type it in the comments where you're coming from. I'd love to hear it. Just type it in the comments where you're coming from. Let me see if I could share this on my other phone. For some reasons, my other phone is not operational. Should you be worried about this health crisis and this economic crisis? Well, there's one thing I say about worrying. I don't know if you've heard me say this before, or if you've heard this saying before, but worrying is an investment you make on something which has no return. Let me say that again. Worrying is an investment you make upon something which has no return on its investment. Let me ask you a question. Would you ever invest money on a stock? Would you invest money on a stock that doesn't have any ROI, that doesn't have any return, and that in fact has negative return? Are you willing to invest your money on something that doesn't have any return or has negative return? The obvious answer is, of course, not. The same thing about worrying. We humans, we worry. Because humans like to future think. The brain is a mechanism which seeks out things to do, things to goal, and seeks out future and heads towards that future. And so humans tend to worry. Now, is your worrying rational? Is your worrying reasonable? Worrying is rational. But is it reasonable? Worrying, again, is the energy you invest in something that doesn't have any return for you. So why would you do it? Why would you invest in something that doesn't have any ROI? Same thing with worry. Why would you worry if it doesn't give you any return? If it doesn't do you any good on your investing your energy into it? Some people like to worry because they enjoy the misery. Let me say that again. Some people like to worry because they enjoy the feeling of misery. Some people that are locked in cages, when you open the door to that cage, they won't leave that cage because they enjoy being in that cage. Some people like misery because it's something they created for themselves. They have comfort that they've created it for themselves. They have comfort that they made it, that they have it, that they own it. They own the misery. So, I want you to make a choice right now. Make a choice whether you want to continue relishing in your misery or you want to actually invest time in something which has return. What is something that has return? That you could be investing your time rather than worrying and being miserable worrying. One thing that has tremendous return on your investment is called planning. And it doesn't require any worrying. Takes the same energy, same forward focused and future focused energy that your brain's designed to do, except it negates worry. And that's called planning. Planning is the notion that when this happens, I'll do this. When this contention happens, I'll do that. When this contention happens, I'll do this. In this worst case scenario, I'll do this. And then I ask myself, what preparations do I need to make in order for me to get there so I don't have to sleep at night worrying? When you are not prepared for something, especially a crisis, when you're not prepared, you will worry because you're not prepared. The way you prepare is to know where you want to go, plan out your strategy, and then take on the behaviors, take on the actions, make the preparations headed towards that strategy that prepares you for those contentions. So what are some preparations that you need to be making right now during this pandemic, during this crisis, this economic and health crisis? which in some form, some unique perspective is that it's the perfect storm for an economy halt, for a health halt. And let me just iterate, will this go back to where it was? I assure you it won't be, because the virus is out of the bottle. The virus is out of the facility. The virus is out there, and it's going to continue to be out there. And it's almost the perfect virus, whether you believe it's actual zoonotic, which I don't, or whether you believe it's bioengineered, which all the evidence points out to that it is bioengineered. It doesn't mean it's for a heinous, for a mischievous purpose. Maybe it was bioengineered for studies of vaccines for it, and then it got out for some reason. Or it was actual dark operations from China. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's out there. We can't go back to society. We can't go back to a society where we do things normally the way we did before, because there's a virus out there which doesn't show any symptoms for up to 14 days. You could be interacting with somebody who has who doesn't show any symptoms, who has the virus, and never know it. And so, will we go back to the way it was? We won't. We're going to be conducting businesses differently. We're going to be respecting social distancing or physical distancing in some form, in some manner. We're going to operate businesses very differently. Let me go back. What can you do right now to prepare? So instead of worrying, plan. What can you do to prepare on going towards your plan? First, health, and then economy. Number one is health. For your mental health, it is incredibly important for your mental health that you utilize your brain so that you release some oxytocin. Work out at home. You need to work out at home. You need to be physically active. You need to connect with your friends and family via Zoom or via some form of, what I use for my family is Zoom. I don't know if there's any other out there. Utilize your social media to connect with your family, your friends and family. You're very thankful that we have social media. And so use Zoom to connect with your family, just zoom.com. It's free. It's free. Release some oxytocin, work out at home. If you want some motivation for working out at home, me and my sweetie Brie, we work out at home and we video the entire thing. We're about to video the entire thing right now. And we upload it 5 days a week. You can watch that. Go to YouTube and search Workouts at Home with Roan. Workouts at Home with Roan. Search it on YouTube. You'll find it. Your diet, I want you to, there's a post that I made about your immune system and what you could be doing to better it. Manage your diet. Manage your diet. Follow that. I'm going to link that post on here so you can find it. Have multivitamins. Vitamin C and vitamin D is critical for your immune system. Get some sun, especially if you're areas where there's no sun. You gotta get some vitamin D. Up to 5,000 IUs of vitamin D. Preferably the high quality ones. I'll recommend on the links below this video, I'll recommend for you a good multivitamin, the ones I take. You want to take high quality multivitamins, otherwise, what's the point? It isn't being utilized in the body. Now, what are some economic strategies that you could be implementing right now during this crisis? I went over, on a previous live video that I did, I went over some contingencies, the top four change of plans you need to be making during this economic and health crisis, this pandemic. Number one is you want to manage your cash flow. I want you to revisit that video, and I'll point it out on the links in the bio of this video. I'll point it out to you. You want to manage your cash flow. You want to manage your business and your communication with your customers and clients. You want to change, you want to pivot how you communicate with them and how you conduct business, how you conduct your cash flow. Number three, I can't remember number three, but I know number 4 was health. I'll point you out to that video so that you're able to now make some contingencies. So, in essence, what we talked about is worrying is an investment you make which has no return. It is a waste of your time. It's a waste of your imagination. It is a waste of your imagination. Use your imagination to be creative with your strategies. Be creative with your health strategies and your economic strategies. And by the way, if you're serious about getting fit and getting healthy, I have a book called The Science of Toning. The Science of Toning. Search it on Amazon, or I'll put the link in my bio so it's easy for you to find. A link in my description of this video. The Science of Toning by Ron John. You should be, oh that's right, the third one for that list of changing of plans is personal and business development. You should be increasing your personal skills, your business skills. And the way in which you can do that, by the way, is I have an online course called The Great Relationships University, because everything you deal with deals with people. Everything you deal with deals with people. You will learn skills like how to communicate with people so you can influence them, whether it's through social media or through selling environment or through a marketing environment. These skills are incredibly important for you to learn, especially in a world where you have to be, most of the jobs are going to be remote. Most businesses will look for positions that are remote. What skills can you provide them? Phone skills, communication skills, social media skills. Do you have those skills? I teach them in the Great Relationships University. I am tremendously, what's the word? I'm really more excited than ever to release the online course, because now is the time that people need it more than ever. And I'm going to be releasing it very soon. So worrying is the investment you make which has no return. There's never any need to worry. You replace worry with planning, because planning has tremendous ROI, tremendous return on investment. Planning is, if this happens, I'll do this. This happens, I'll do that. That happens, I'll do this. If this awful thing happens, I'll do this. What preparations do I need to make? When you go out, you should be wearing a fucking mask. The virus is in the air. The virus is in people's breathing. People's breaths have water molecules which contains the virus, which stays in the air for hours on end. And then when people cough, it projects up to, I think it was 12 meters. It can project pretty fucking far. What are you doing to protect yourself? Wear a fucking mask. People wear gloves, that's nice. Whenever you enter your car, you leave your car, you sanitize your hands, you sanitize your phone, you decontaminate when you get home. Make sure the clothes you wear the clothes you wear outside is in an area where you're sure that these clothes have been used and are used outside, and therefore may or may not contain the virus. And so I want to put it in a specific place so that it doesn't contaminate anything else. Hopefully you got some value out of that. What I'd like for you to do is leave a comment below and let me know where you're coming from, and let me know what you're doing in this pandemic. What you're doing in this pandemic. Leave a comment below and let me know what you're doing in this pandemic. Share this video if you'd like. Click the like, click the heart, and I will talk to you on the next live. I'm kind of liking this format. See you then. Bye.